What are you doing to live the life that you want to live? That's the question I asked, and very soon I want you to answer that. Okay? Now, Cynthia, I did my ranting and raving. You know where I'm coming from. How do people begin to make changes? And if that's not the right question, just open the floor with what you think it is.
That question's fine. I think the first thing you need to do is you need to become more aware of your thoughts. What are you telling yourself? You also need to be very much aware of your beliefs, yes, because our beliefs are basically emotions that we feel that are true, whether they're irrational or unproven. And what we need to be aware of is we need to be aware of the beliefs that cause us to be in the situations we are in now, okay? And we need to start looking at where, the beliefs we have, whether they're working for us or against us. Now, if they're working, ideally, we should only be thinking of the beliefs that work for us. Now, in order to change a belief, we have to think of a belief as being very different. Something that isn't written in stone, but something that's flexible. Something that's not necessarily true or false. Yes, but what you need to do is think of whether it's empowering you or disempowering you. So forget about true or false. This is about reviewing your beliefs and exploring whether it's working for or against you. Now, if you have beliefs that are working against you, it's important that you have to change those beliefs, okay? And what we tend to do to actually secure our experiences and beliefs, we look around for proof. So you need to start thinking about, if you have a negative or disempowering belief, you need to think about, what would I prefer to believe? What would I prefer to believe? And you need to write that down. And then you need to search for evidence. Now, we need to also be very mindful of how our mind works. Our subconscious is responsible for, say, 95% of our operations, yes, what we do. So it's very powerful, but the one thing it can't do is that it can't distinguish between a truth and a lie. And this is why people say it's so important that you read affirmations, and that even though you don't believe it right now, continue to say it. The other thing about beliefs is, even when you're saying affirmations, you actually have to connect emotionally, because you have to believe it. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen for you. So there are a number of things people can do. In terms of your beliefs, what you can do is think about a better belief and continue to always observe your thinking. So if it's disempowering, you need to be able to turn that over and think positively. I'm not saying it's easy, but with practice, because we've got into very bad habits. We ruminate a lot and our mind starts going round and round on the negatives. Now, if we can do that, it tells us that we can, in fact, start changing that.
Yeah, but how do we make that start? Because a lot of us, we do know, even if we follow what you've just said.
Right.
How do we get ourselves to move?
Okay, well, you've got to want it bad enough. A lot of people make change when it's so painful. Unfortunately, it gets to that point of pain where
someone else makes a decision for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then that's when they change. But, we're looking at a situation where we don't want to allow people to be forced in that situation. So the other thing you have to have is you have to have courage. Because it's so easy to stay where we are. In the situations that we're in, thinking that it's going to be too overwhelming to actually make any changes. And a lot of us are stuck in our frustrations rather than wanting to change. And we also have to think about, when we don't want to change, what are the emotional payoffs that we are actually getting?
How do we actually do it? We know all that. What can we do? Mantras or affirmations?
Okay, the first thing is visualization.
Right.
You have got to start thinking about what you want, what you really want. You need to connect emotionally with that. Then you need to start thinking about, setting some goals for yourself. That's the first thing. Set your goals. Think about something that you can do continuously that will help you. The one thing, in fact, what one thing could you do differently today that would help you move closer to your goal? The other thing you can do is actually make somebody aware of it. Get an accountability partner. That is what I do as a coach. I am an accountability partner, but there's some, you may have people that you can trust and actually tell them, because then you feel accountable for actually carrying that through, okay? You think also try and visualize yourself in a place where you have done something successfully. You felt really confident, really empowered, and visualize yourself in that place and think of what it is you want and use those same emotions and feelings to do so.
And what about doing the practical thing like the vision boards?
The vision boards is something that I would strongly recommend. A lot of the famous people have used it. So think about what you want. It could be a boat, it could be a house near the sea, it could be you being fit and feeling healthy. Get pictures, write down what it is you want, put it up, and you need to be looking at it every day. When you get up in the morning, visualize before you get up what it is you want, and do something for yourself before you start the day.
Well,
yes?
Cynthia, as usual, you're always inspiring and motivating, so thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Pleasure.
How do you continue motivating you? Here are 5 steps. 1, spend time with friends and family. This is one of the biggest sources of happiness in our lives. Share good news and enthusiastically respond when others share good news. Want to be instantly happier? Do something kind for someone. 2, express gratitude. It will make you happier and it will improve your relationships. 3, meditate. Meditation can increase happiness, meaning in life, social support and attention span while reducing anger, anxiety, depression and fatigue. 4, challenge yourself. Challenging your beliefs strengthens your mind. Increasing willpower just takes a little effort each day and is more responsible for your success than IQ. So learn and do something new. 5, be optimistic. Optimism can make you healthier, happier, and extend your life. The army teaches it in order to increase mental toughness in soldiers. Being overconfident improves performance. Look for the full list on dolorfactor.com and tell us how they work for you. Until next time, here's our mantra. I can, and I will, and I'm going to make that first step. Goodbye.